Okay, I just woke up and it's like 20 degrees out and I didn't turn the heater on, okay? So just give me a minute. But what's up, guys? Today we're going to be making a devil's advocate video to my video I made a little while ago, why I think Cold War Zombies will be better than Black Ops 3. In this video, I'm going to be going over why Cold War Zombies has the potential to be worse than Black Ops 4 Zombies. So I really hope this isn't the case. I really hope the game succeeds, and I'm really hyped for it. But, you know, there's always a possibility. We don't have the game yet. You know, this could just be Activision making the game look good. So anyways, guys, I'm going to be going over a couple points on why I think the game might be worse than Black Ops 4. I pray that it isn't, but, you know, you never know. So these are just some fears or, like, my head making up scenarios on what could happen. But yeah, let's just get into it. So my first reason is that the 6-pack perks means that there won't be really any new perks. So basically what I mean by this is that in the marketing, they're like, oh, you got unlimited perks. But how are we to know that they're going to make more than 6? Yeah, D Machina is probably going to start with 6. How will we know that when more maps come out, there won't be new perks? Like, how will we know that? Plus, this is actually kind of a good argument because the perk upgrade system limits new perks. So, like, as an example, when BO3 came out, there was a lot of gobblegums. For example, Slaughter Slide, where that could have very easily been PhD Flopper, or just combined Slaughter Slide. I don't remember the name, but it's the one where you take 0 explosive damage for a little bit. It's like a classic gobblegum. I forget the name of it. I don't know why. I just used it like the other day. Yeah, I kind of hope that the perk upgrades, like let's say Deadshot has a few damage perks. What would the point of putting double tap into the game be? You never know, you know? So my point is that we could have like another World War II situation. Like in World War II, there were only 6 perks like the whole time, and they didn't really add anything new. So who's to say that the case is the same for Cold War? I hope I'm wrong. I hope they add a bunch of new perks into the game. Like I hope they might add a few Black Ops 4 perks, like maybe Time Slip, if we're talking about recharging grenades and whatnot, maybe Bandolier Bandit. You never know. So hopefully we see some perks come back. Just more than the 6, like the 6-pack that's advertised. So my next point is that new maps will be limited by the technology of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So we have these brand new consoles coming out and the potential is endless. But we could be having a situation where the developers want to do a bunch of cool stuff, but they're limited by PS4 and Xbox One because they have to make it work on those consoles. I really hope that their creativity and their imagination and what they want to do with maps isn't very limited. Like, for example, Origins. Origins was really pushing the boundaries of the PS3 and 360. And then when you get onto a game that's really solely focused on next-gen consoles, Black Ops 3, you get into this crazy map like Shadows of Evil. So hopefully we get some sort of system where PlayStation 4 isn't limited. So yeah, that's just my point. Like, the developers are going to be limited. Oh, we can't do this because we have to make it work on PlayStation 4. So that's just, and then hopefully whatever Treyarch's next game, this will be very apparent because they won't really be focusing on current gen consoles as much. So this will be very apparent with their next game. The game's still good, but how much can you put in there that looks good, you know? That's my point. So my next point is that crossplay won't really work well. Like, we have crossplay and cross-gen and all these systems. Who's to say that they're going to work on launch? This is where I'm really afraid we're going to have another Black Ops 4 situation. Treyarch only had 2 years to work on this game, and they're working from home. So who's to say that this game was QA tested very well? Black Ops 4 wasn't QA tested very well. Who's to say that this game will? Like, I really hope I'm wrong, but, you know, it's just one of those worries. I think this will be a major problem. We have a lot of studios working on this. Who's to say the game's being QA tested at all? Like we can guarantee that multiplayer works well because Raven already has most of these systems in place, like the Warzone aspect. But we don't know how boss fights are going to work without this new team. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel like the launch with all these advertising systems, it's almost like too good to be true with the time frame they had. So my next point is that global rank won't mean anything. Who's to say that as in Zombies, a high-ranked player means they're good? Like, I'm not saying that every high-ranked player in Zombies is good, but more often than not, when you had a Prestige Master in a BO3 or BO4 lobby, you know that they're not awful, right? Like, they know stuff about the map. But yeah, with this global progression system, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work. Your multiplayer and your Zombies rank are the same. It's just like a game rank for each season. Like, the leveling will just mean that you played the game a lot. It doesn't mean that you're good necessarily. So hopefully we have something like Black Ops 2 where it was kind of like how well you did in Zombies is your rank. Hopefully we have some sort of side rank thing like that. Like, maybe they'll bring back the skull and crossbones. Hopefully I'll finally be able to get that for once. Again, it's a minor thing, but it'll just kind of be annoying. Like, you'll see like, oh, this guy's level 55, but he doesn't even know how to shoot his gun, you know? Like, again, hope I'm wrong. It's just more of a wait and see. This is just speculation, just like my previous video. Just speculation, so hopefully they do a good job when the game actually launches. So my next point is that loadouts have the potential to be overpowered and that we have another Black Ops 4 situation on our hands. I hope the loadout system is much more akin to World War II, where you just kind of pick 1 or 2 grenades. Like, again, we'll have this, you can start with an assault rifle stuff, but I hope it's like the worst assault rifle in the world you start with, you know? I'm just really afraid that this could get out of hand and we can start with a Wraithfire and a gun and a shotgun that kills until round 30, just stuff like that. I really hope that doesn't happen, but again, just another wait and see situation. The game isn't out yet. I'm talking out of my ass, you know? So my next worry is that this is gonna be kind of a letdown. There will be no cool map specialist weapon due to the field upgrades, so we're never gonna really have like another Gauntlet of Siegfried or a Skull of Non-Stopway or an Apothicon Sword ever again. Like, we kind of had those in Black Ops 4. Like the storyline related specialist weapons were cool. They didn't really match well. Like, you could just start with any of the specialist weapons. Like, wouldn't it be cool if on Voyage's Spare you got the Hammer of Valhalla, on 9 you got the Scepter of Ra by doing a quest, you know? Like, those would have been done right, but again, that's just another letdown of Black Ops 4. Again, it's just a wait and see situation, but we know pretty much for a fact that there will be no specialist weapon like the Ragnarok in Der Eisendrache or anything like that. So yeah, hopefully the field upgrades are cool enough to make up for it, and hopefully the game is fun enough to really that just kind of goes over my head, because in Garage Crovy, like the Gauntlet of Siegfried, like that was a major, like the Gauntlet of Siegfried is cool because it's a dragon on your fist, right? I understand why it's not in the game, but, you know, it's just another thing. It's like, oh man, wouldn't this map be cool if it had Mjolnir in it or whatever? I don't know. And then my final point, every map might be a facility map. So again, we don't know. It's just another wait and see. Every map has the potential to just kind of be like, oh, here's the outside, and then here's the facility that's practically copied and pasted from the last map. Like, I'm afraid we're not going to have some cool setting maps. Like, obviously, Der Eisendrache and Garage Crovy were 935 facilities. Zetsubo was a Division 9 facility. I hope they make it cool in the fact where it's just like, yeah, it's a facility, but that's not really the point. Die Maschine, the facility kind of seems like the point of the map, you know? So hopefully it's just for this map we don't see any repeats of, oh, I don't know how Die Maschine is going to work, but we might have a situation where it's kind of like, oh, the Die Maschine is a teleporting room that moves around the world, and wherever it is where the zombies are. Like, again, we don't know how the zombies were made. It's not like World War II. We don't know about any of how the zombies in this universe are created. Like, everything was just like 115 in the old story, but we don't have that, oh, 115. Oh, why is buried underground? 115. We don't have any of those excuses. So if we're gonna be like kind of having the story make sense, then it's just kind of, I'm not really sure how it's gonna work. Again, I just have this fear in the back of my mind, like we might have an advanced warfare situation where it's just like, oh, here's the zombies, they're over here now. Oh, and now they're over here now in this building by the same company, you know, and we have this Omega group, so maybe it's like, oh, everywhere the Omega group is where the zombies are, and the Omega group only works at old Russian facilities, just stuff like that. But yeah, Anyways, that's the end of the video. Those are my devil's advocates for the game before it comes out. And if you guys want, you guys can check out why my previous video on why I think this will be the best zombies ever. I really hope I'm wrong with all of these, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will freeze my ass off in the next video.